Hello, we meet again. Previously, we talked about IP addressing basic, what IP addressing is, and how that things works. Now let's continue from the point we left. We dive deeper into subnet mask and how it can change the course of the games. I mean, it has the power that can change whether one IP can join particular network or not. First thing first, why classless IP? More importantly, why divided into classes? Well, IP classes originally aim for the size of enterprise. Class A for large enterprise, B for medium enterprise, C for small medium business. Let's see if we have class C subnet mask for example. So we have 255.255.255.0 and convert it into binary. We will see that there are a sequence of number 1, and the sequence of number 0. The sequence of number 1, called network bit or network ID, network identifier. And all these zeros that we have is called host bit. So if all zeros start counting up, it will lead to all number 1, right? If all zeros is zeros, then all 1 is 255. And that means if we have 192.168.1.15, for example, with the default mask of 255.255.255.0, it located in 192.168.1.0 and his friend's IP address range inside circle of 0 to 255. Back to classes. What if a company only have or has 10 devices to connect? If we given, for example, 10.0.0.0 with the default subnet mask, let's see how it goes. 10.0.0.0 with 255.0.0.0 means we have 16 million IPs per network. Such a waste of addresses. So, if a class A total address is 16 million per network, class B is about 65,000 ish, and C class is only 255 IP. That's the reason we use classless. If we were given 10.0.0.0 IPs of class A to use, but we don't want to waste a lot of IPs, we will use class C subnet mask. But this still doesn't solve the problem. We have only 10 devices to connect. How we tighten this up? The answer is VLSM, stands for Variable Length Subnet Mask. It goes like this. We have class C subnet mask and convert it into binary and see how much the host bit left. And from the previous knowledge, we know that class C subnet mask only has 255 IPs, but still too large for a small business. We have goals of 10 IP only. The trick is to expand the network bit and make it smaller to host bit. So we have greater network range but a smaller host range. Let's see if we expand network ID by 1 bit. Now we have only 7 zeros left, and if we switch all to 7 zeros to all 1, the result is 128 for maximum range. This is still too much. Let's take a shortcut to explain this. Draw that previous power table. We have 10, and the closest one to number 10 without minus output is 8. Now all above 8 is filled with number 1 and the rest is 0. Now we have 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 as fourth octet. With 4 zeros, now we have 0 as start of IP range and 15 at the end of IP range. As a result of if all 4 zeros replaced with all 1. So, what is the subnet mask that's suitable of 10 slot IP allocation? Let's see. If all 1 in the first, second, and third IP is 255, the fourth octet is, let me bring the calculator first. 240 to 240. With the fourth octet of 240, that means we have 40 that equal 15 IP. So we have spare 5 IP left if you want to expand a little further. Or is it? Rule number 1. The first bit is a network address. It's like your street number or gang number instead of your house number. And rule number 2, the last bit is local broadcast address. Used when your device want to send packet to all of its neighbor that reside at the same gang number or street number. And these two number, both of that is reserved. Means it cannot be allocated to your device IP configuration. So let's see some example. If 10.0.0.0 with 255.255.255.240, it means it goes from 10.0.0.0 to the end of 10.0.0.15. The first bit is network address and the last bit is broadcast address. So IP from 10.0.0.1 up until 0.14 is available to use and assigned to your device. And then came the n-2 rule formula. From 0 to 15 is 16 IP. 16 minus 2 equal 14. 14 available addresses for your device. Another example. What if we have 500 devices? Let's clear things up first. The goal is 500, but the current subnet mask we use is Class C subnet mask that have 255 IP range. How to make it 500? Erase one bit from the network bit side and make it 0 to join host bit side. And that means we have 9 0 instead of 8 zeros, up to 9 number of 1. If all 8 bit of number 1 means 255, what if 9 bit of number 1? Correct. 512 or 511 to be exact. What about subnet mask notation? We have 255.255 and 254 and 0. And what about prefix mask notation? If we have 10.1.1.0 with 255.255.255.240 subnet mask, we have /28. But if we have 255.255.254.0, then we have /23. /28 means we have 28 number of 1. Notifies the range of network bit and host bit it can hold. And /23 means we have 23 numbers of 1. Let's see the range. If we start at 10.1.1.0 with prefix mask of /28, then the last digit will be 10.1.1.15. This is the first subnet, and the second subnet starts from 10.1.1.16 up to 10.1.1.31. So, PC with IP of 10.1.1.10 cannot communicate with 10.1.1.20 because each IP resides in the different network. And what about third, fourth, and fifth subnet? Until the last one. Any shortcut about how to count how many subnet that /28 can provide? Okay, listen. Prefix 28 means we have 28 numbers 1 to identify the network bit. If we have default /24, it means 4 bit of zeros has changed to 1. But if we convert this 4 number of 1 into decimal, we get 16 subnet. And how about /23? How many subnet it can provide? Below /24 is a tricky one in exam network certification associate exam. For example, if we have 500 devices that needs to be allocated, we must use /23. Just like some cases in a company that have wireless connecting everybody to the network without wanting to filter or to adjust security to it. If we have /24 as a default one, it means we have only 255 IP. So we want to expand it into /23 to accommodate more than 255 devices. But here's the catch. 10.1.1.0 up to 10.1.1.255 is still less than 512. So we add another one. 10.1.2 up to 10.1.2.255. But here's the catch. 10.1.1.0 up to 10.1.1.255 is still less than 512. So we add another one, 10.1.2.0 up to 10.1.2.255. And the IP range is complete. But 10.1.1.255 and 10.1.2.0 is not the first and the last number. Therefore, it's usable for device to use. Now back to the question, how many subnet is 23? We have 23 number of 1. You see that in the third octet we have 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 0. From previously all number is 1. So how many bits are changed? Only 1. And we start counting that only 7 number of zeros remain. If we convert that 7 number of 1 to decimal, we get 254. We get 254 subnet mask ranging from 10.1.1.0 up to 10.1.255.255. In 2015, IANA report that many ISP depleted some of its IP addresses. Before this happens and cause catastrophe, IEEE RFC 1918 creates some terminology that called public IP and private IP. We just only have to remember the private IP, such as class A, private IP is 10.x.x.x. The x means you can input any number ranging from 0 to 255. Plus B range from 172.16.x.x up to 172.31.x.x. And the C class is 192.168.x.x. They stated that the private IP usability purpose is in LAN and public IP usability is in WAN or ISP. Public IP can connect to internet where private IP cannot. Now the question is how private IP such as our IP address can connect to the internet. The answer is NAT, Network Address Translation Configuration, which just happened to be long enough to explain it in this video. We'll cover it in next video. I hope you guys enjoy it, have take some knowledge from this video. We'll see you in the next video. Ciao.